Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Motivation Monday. Talent and I have been bringing this to you now for a little bit, and we enjoy Mondays. We enjoy giving everybody that energy that you need to hopefully jumpstart your week, let it carry you through the week on into the weekend. But first and foremost, we always start off usually by talking about how our weekend was and, how great things are in general. This weekend was another classic weekend. My co-host and the one and only talent, it was his birthday. It actually happened to fall on Mother's Day. He said that happens every few years or so, and this one happened to fall on Mother's Day. So yesterday, I had the pleasure of hanging out with that character and his entire family, his son, and so many other family members of his up in White Plains, and we had an absolute blast, y'all. I had the also pleasure of meeting some of my other IG friends and family. I met Miss Drew 66, Sharonda was in the building, Sparkle 913 was in the building, and we just had a blast. All of us just having the opportunity. Now that things are opening back up and we all have the opportunity to, kind of get out and, be around one another. Obviously, please, first and foremost, everybody do what you can to stay safe. So wear your mask if, the masks are something that you're in, that you want to do. Also, if you want to, get your vaccination going on, get vaccinated. But bigger and better than anything is this dude right here, the birthday king and man himself.
Hey, man. What's up, baby?
I'm good, doctor. I'm good. I was just telling him about yesterday. I told him we had an absolute blast up in White Plains. Your son came out, murdered the stage.
Yo, man, let me
Friends
tell you
and family
something.
was in the building.
It is birthday season for real. The shenanigans was on full blast last night. Man, let me tell you something. I haven't been that white boy wasted on a birthday in a minute. I'm not even exaggerating, man. I felt really good. I don't even think I had that many drinks. Sometimes you could get intoxicated and high off love. Like the love was in the building last night like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the guys like Amir coming through, cross town hanging out all night. My family was deep. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell Sr. and he came deep with 12 people. The support and love was clear and apparent. And that's why, normally birthday time, I would have said, when you asked me earlier, we doing the show, I'd be like, nah, I'm taking the day off his birthday. But I felt it aligned itself with what we talk about on Mondays. Like,
yeah.
if your birthday, because your birthday is your own personal New Year's, if that don't motivate you, right? So I'm going to talk about me and how I felt, but I want everybody listening and tuned into the show to apply it to oneself, though. You know what I mean? Apply it to yourself, to the situation where you like, yeah, if that's why you surround yourself. I think I talk about this all the time. At least somewhere in the week, I always say something about who you're around, how that matters the most. And we were surrounded by a lot of good people and love in the building last night. Shout out to Will Trax. I totally didn't expect that.
That was a nice touch.
I totally didn't expect that. Shout out to Doug B. Doug B is the guy who, we've known each other for a long time. And we're just recently, as of this past year, started to actually working together. He does his promotional thing on his own. I do my comedy thing and promotional thing on my own. And we finally collabed on a couple of things and was like, yo, we on to something. Why not? We both Westchester boys and Mount Vernon and New Row and White Plains and all that. Let's do it. So this was our probably third venture together doing something. The first biggest one where we allowed a little over 100 people in, to do the thing. So I see that. Speaking of our peoples that came and showed some love, we got a couple of comedians. My co-host from Box Seats, Figman, and my man Kenny Wu from Harlem came through. Bring them in. And we could talk all day, but y'all got to hear it from everybody's perspective of what it is. What's up, Wu? What up, Fig?
What the deal, y'all?
Talking about last night. I thought it was perfect for Motivation Monday to give people because it motivated the hell out of me to see all that love in one place.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Woo, Fig, you left. Woo came in on the second show. Fig was on the first show, and Woo came in on the second show to close it out for me, dude. When I tell you Woo showed his entire ass, when I tell you I'm watching him 12 o'clock back at the bar, and I'm like, yo, this dude is showing his ass. Like, I look at it like this. Like, everybody that hit that stage, whether people know it or not, there was no real conversations with all of these comics like, yo, we paying this, we're going to pay you that. Brothers just was like, yo, it's your birthday, I'm coming through. So I look at it like, whatever I gave these comics was a tip. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
And let's bring one more dude in. Super producer said, my man Desi's in there too. So bring him in and we're going to talk to each one of y'all real quick. We're not going to hold y'all long. But first and foremost, I'm going to go with Des, because Des, you got the audible, right?
Yeah,
that
call was crazy.
I'm in traffic, and I'm like, this show got to stop. There ain't no way I'm going to get there. I said, in my brain, I'm like, you know what? My man Fig got my back, right? I call Fig, and Fig hit me with the 52 fake out like, I love you, but he said, don't do that to me. It's my first time out.
Yo, T, you know what it is, man. Listen, let me tell you something, man. When you mess with the chicks for the first time, you only can give her a little bit. You can't give it a whole 9 yards.
No, you gotta go all out first.
Clean it up, Fig. That's right.
I'm like, yo, son, I'm just trying to put the head in right now. I'm not trying to do that.
But here's the thing: as nervous as Fig said he was, Fig goes up there and it's like he didn't miss
bodied it.
He bodied it. He didn't miss a beat. But here's the thing, and I was saying this epiphany came early. I'm walking my dogs, right? And I'm walking the dog and I'm replaying it in my head. Because for some reason I feel fantastic when I got up. I should have been hung over or something, but I feel fantastic. I'm walking the dog and I say, yo, we witnessed what happened to us 20-something years ago, where we was those young gunning comedians. We ain't had no name or nothing, whatever. We ain't do no credits yet or whatever. And something happened where an opportunity allowed itself for you to do something you wasn't really scheduled to do. And that was Dez. Dez is a young gunner. And when Fig went, I said, you know what? Let me not force Fig. If he ain't feeling it, he ain't feeling it. Second call said, Dez, call me. So Dez called, what's up? I said, listen, bro, I got to call Audible. I'm still 20, 30 minutes out. I need you to start this show. And he was like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I was like, listen, I'm going to text you the order. Boom, 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 rock out. That was a moment in time, in comedy time, where some unforeseen circumstance happened that threw him into that, in that job. Yeah. And this brother took the ball. It was like they've been holding the ball from John Elway, right? They won't let him touch it. When he finally gets to that ball, Dez took that rock and ran with it. Here's the thing. I'm literally only 20 minutes from the place, but because of the traffic, Mother's Day, it's taking me 40. So I'm sitting there in this traffic and my joint keep pinging, my phone, bing, bing. And I'm like, oh, something's going wrong. Something's going wrong. And every time I open the text, it's like, yo, Dez is killing them.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Rick. I'm like, Rick, is everything all right? What? He said, yo, he giving me play by play. Dez hit the girl, had the fat ass walk by. Dez hit her. I said, yo. Dez, put me in your mind frame, bro.
Like I said, it was a job that had to be done. I came off the bench. I was like, yo, it's third quarter, man. We kill these 2 quarters. We in a championship. So I locked in, reset my mental. Because for hosting, you don't really got to get mentally prepared. But when you go for a set, you're like, all right, I'm going to try some new shit. Well, Ocean, I'm going to start. But host is from the gut. You got to read the room. And I realized if I start off bad, then I might make it worse for the comments on the show. So I gotta set the tone. And again, watching dudes like you and Kenny Williams, and so on and so forth, hosting. You are the quarterback and the captain for that night, so you can have Eddie Murphy on the show, but if the quarterback don't complete them passes or the point guard don't throw them assists, nigga, they gonna look ass. So I made sure I set the tone right. I didn't go overtime. I didn't go undertime, and I made the crowd understand. Like, listen, we here for a good time. It's an OG birthday, but we also gonna have a good time too. But until OG get here, I'm the guy for the moment. You know what I'm saying? I ran the responsibility and I did the best I could do. And then you came in, you say I got the good reviews, and we just had fun.
And you know what's funny is a good quarterback. You recognize the routes, you see the blitzes and shit, right? So I'm recognizing the route, and out of respect for what you did on the first show, I wouldn't even been right to just throw you into set form. I was like, nah, this dude has already created a groove from that whole first show. So I said, yo, just start this joint off again. Do the same thing, bring boom, 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 and then bring me. We'll just do what with the old Boston Comedy Club method, you know what I mean? And do it like that. But I'm glad you did that. I wanted to call you on there and say super thank you, first of all. And for the couple of minutes, I know you're busy, you do your thing right now. So thanks for popping in, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the city of the day, the Michael Irvin, the Jerry Rice nephew.
Yo, T, let me tell you the deal, man.
I gotta hear this.
Let me tell you what really happened. See, because you wasn't there. You made the phone call about who was gonna host last night, and you just see all the comedians looking around, Daz included. When you call that audible, we was all back there like, yo, we gonna do this or what? It was mad. It looked like it was mad panic in the room. He was like, yeah, I can handle it, man. I can do it. And I was like, yo, man, you got it. But you know what was dope about it, though, T? What was really dope about it is something you just said. It reminded me of the old Uptown days, and it reminded me of the rules that we came up with. And I forgot for a minute last night. He said, you never know when your number is going to be called, so you always got to be ready. Got to give a big shout out to Des, man. First time seeing you do it like that, you did the damn thing, you held your own, and you did set the tone for the room and talent. I got to give you your flowers too, baby. You came in and blazed it like you always do. You closed the show out right.
The crowd was wonderful, but again, that it wouldn't have been set up so lovely had this dude not took that play and run with it like fuck a blitz and all that. Dad, salute you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Desi Johnson in the building, y'all. Appreciate you, man.
I say, yo, Fig, you sure you don't want to do it? Fig said. When he hits you with the silent no, he don't want to do it.
When I got there by the bar, Fig came over. I said, man, I'm disappointed in you, man. You let the young dude outshine us, man. We supposed to be teaching these brothers. Fig said, fuck all that. Thank you, Daz. I appreciate you, man.
Yo, T, we was in the back pushing it back and forth. He was like, yo, man, you sure you want to host? I was like, nah, you can do it. He was like, yo, but you sure you don't want to do it? I was like, nah, yeah. We was passing that back and forth like the hot potato, man.
Yo,
he said I'm a doctor, not a dentist.
That was the best. That was the best birthday show in a really, really long time. Probably 10, 15 years. I got to go back to find something that much fun, dude. I left out of there so elated and came home. Like when I woke up this morning, man, everything was wrong. Like if my dogs didn't like me, they could have ate me last night. Like I was so off point. Like I woke up, it was like, and then I got up and I'm like, you know how you have a crazy good night and you're expecting a hangover. I woke up, it was moving slow, but there was no reason to move. And I was like, I was like, I feel great. And I was like, yo, I'm just, happy and blessed and everything. Mal VAD is in the living room. Bring him in. Bring Mal VAD in. This my best friend in the world. What up, son?
Hey, Dizzle.
Yo.
What's good with you? You the only nigga I know always driving to nowhere. You the only nigga, like every time you come on some shit, you see the car moving, but he's never going nowhere.
No, it don't matter. No matter what time of the day it is, he driving.
Right? And I know I'm not bugging. That nigga stay behind the wheel. And the sad shit is, he lost every driving job he had.
That nigga's a Spike Lee movie scene. You know the movie scene in Spike with Michael Madsen's walking?
AD, you was very funny last night, my brother. You had a great set last night.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Your talent. That's not a car that AD's in. That's a mobile home. He lived it.
That makes sense, man.
He said it's a mobile home. Yeah.
See, you know what? That's more funny. You know what? That's
How you
more
feel
funny
about last night, bro? I want you to give your review.
Moving, I can't get a gauge on it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm here, yo.
How'd you feel about last night, bro?
I mean, I felt good. I was super nervous before the shit started. I was super nervous. I mean, I'm always super nervous, but just last night I was just simply because of my past with my people, but with the experience that I've gained.
Yeah, you owe all that shit you're talking about. You owe all that shit to Desi. All that experience you gained, you owe all of that shit to Dez. Look at this thing. Yeah, take him out. Take him out, Pete. He froze.
Yeah, that nigga buffering, man.
Take him out. He running out of gas.
Yo,
Nigga driving nowhere.
You need to drive up next to somebody that got a good signal.
Yeah.
Hey, Woo, what's up, Woo? Once again, I want to throw it back to Kenny Woo because Kenny had the last piece of stage for the night, other than, Will Tracks coming up and hyping him up for a minute. You had that last comedy presence on stage, bro. How did that feel? Because you was electric. You was in your bag.
You turned that shit up, Woo.
Yeah, I was hyped though. It was a big homie birthday, and you always show love. I said I gotta come in and tear this shit down for my big brother. But I ain't gonna lie, your son and all them was killing. So I was in the corner shadow boxing, like Fig said, the butterfly shooting down my chest. I said, these young wolves ain't playing. AD came in there and put his whole leg. I said, oh my God. So everybody was bringing it. So I said, yo, I'm the closer. I got to bring it for Big Bro. So you see, I can. But you always told me, Talent, you said, yo, I love about you is you come out explosive. You just got to keep it up there. Don't bring it down. Keep it the way. And you always ring in my head. So once I come on with that rah, I try to keep that same element, man. So thank you, bro, for telling me that.
No, thank you for being consistent, bro. I'm happy that you part of the fam. You know what I mean? Because like I said about Donovan Mitchell Sr. last night, I said the amazing thing about that brother is he could easily try to use his who he is or whatever, and his son, and us being in Westchester, and but he never did that. He always approach me on some regular guy stuff. Like half the time I've known him, I didn't know he worked with the Mets. I learned that late. I didn't know, put two and two together with the Sun and all of that. Wow. But when he seen what was going on, he was like, T, oh man, let me get some tickets, man. I want to go. And within, in my mind, I'm like, okay, he want to be on the list. You know what I mean? But he never did that all these years, and including this birthday, which is of a decade later, he was just like, how much? Okay, give me 4. Then he called back, give me 2 more. Give me 2 more. Next thing you know, he got a group of 12. You know what I mean? And we're pulling chairs out to make it work for them, and his group and his peoples. So shout out to everybody that came with that energy. Even Woo, when Woo seen the flyer, he hit me like, big bro, coming up there for your birthday, man, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, come on up, man. As a matter of fact, come on the second show, bro. And he came, again, all of these comics, anything I gave them was a tip. Nobody was guaranteed no paid spot. It wasn't no comedy budget or nothing like that. It was a birthday party. We was going to have love. They knew I was going to have that mic. My son was coming through and Julio. And it just turned into this overall, because I think it was like 8 or 9 of us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
and I came 32 stops on the train for you too, big bro.
Yo, Whoa!
Big, that was a lot of boom doom, yo.
I was gonna ask you, how many boom dooms did you have to ride on?
I told the conductor, hurry up, man.
And
the only person that
$5 for a dollar water.
The only thing that didn't work out good was we got so caught up in the energy and the joy, we just totally disregarded the cake. So I'm gonna cut that cake. I put it on chill. I'm cutting that joint Thursday at the double door spot in Mount Vernon. We're gonna go over there Thursday and have a part 2.
All right, I'm gonna pull up. We're
gonna do the right thing with the cake, because
send
shout
me
out
the
to
flyer and the
Marlene,
address.
my daughter's mom. I'm gonna send it to you as soon as we get off. My
All
daughter's
right,
mom bought this big cake. It was done up lovely and everything. And I felt bad because by the end of the night, we twisted, everybody was fun. And she's like, yo, you played my cake.
Wait a minute. I gotta ask one question. What kind of relationship you got with your daughter's mother, man? Because I need to know what's in that cake, man, before I get a piece.
Oh no, we're on good speaking terms. Hey, Fig, you know, hold up. 5 years ago, nigga, you might be right. but post-pandemic, we're on good speaking terms. We're not trying to kill each other. Matter of fact, she's invested in everything going on. Like, she's been supportive. We on great terms. So I know the cake is lovely. But I don't think she made it though. I just think it's a big birthday cake or whatever. But out of respect, we definitely gonna make that right Thursday. I'll send you the stuff, Woo. I send you stuff. Des, you know what double doors and all that
I'm gonna try to if I'm not doing it on Thursday, I'm gonna try to pull up, OG. I'm about to run this double joint, man. Thank you so much for having me. Woo, as always, my brother since I started.
You already know,
good seeing you. My man, Alex, good seeing y'all too, man. Stay up. Talent, happy birthday again. I wasn't getting your flowers.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank
nothing
you.
But love. Nothing but love. Des,
Salute, big dog.
We'll talk. And Kenny Woo, thank you too, bro.
Yes, sir. I'll catch y'all later. Peace, brother.
Respect, man.
Salute.
So Amir.
Yes.
You quiet over there like you didn't have the same amount of tequilas as me.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? Not only did I have the same amount of tequilas, that half a cookie, I think it's still messing with me. Yo. So you left, Vig, so you left, right? So Talent, he getting all kind of treats and all kind of cool stuff the whole night. So somebody hands him a baggie with like 5 cookies in it.
I saw that. I was there for that. I saw the cookies.
So in my mind, I'm like, all right, he got his edibles. He gonna be good money. We all good. So like I said, you leave. Talent hits me with the elbow. Yo, we gonna go up top. The family's up top. So that's all right. We slide up top. Sit down. We in one of the booths. We chilling. Talent, some kind of way, the cookies come out, and Talent says, "Hey, you don't want to have one of these, a whole one. You want just half. Put one in the napkin." So I said, "You know what, T? I'm gonna rock with you. I'm gonna take it home. I'll have it later." Nah, take half now. So I messed around. I took the half thing. We're still messing with the Casamigo, all that. I'm in there like, I felt it kind of kick in, but I was like, nah, I'm all right. You know, here's how I know it kicked in. The drinks were flowing lovely. So everybody's coming up because now people will recognize me from the lives and all this stuff. So they're like, Amir, what you drinking? Nah, I'm not drinking. I'm cool. I'm good. Because I knew I had to go to work today. And I was like, if I mess around and drink, I would be asleep in here. I won't even make it home. I'll be asleep in here. We don't need that. Man, I messed around. I got home 2 o'clock in the morning, and to Talent's point, I slept so peacefully last night that I didn't even hear my alarm or none of that when I had to get up.
Wow.
My alarm went off, and I just, you know how you wake up out of a sleep? Because I was like, wait a minute, it's Monday. I'm supposed to be going to work today, so I know I got something to do. So I got up. I looked at the time. I was like, I was supposed to be up like an hour and a half ago. Who cares? I'm just gonna take my time.
But wasn't it the best sleep ever, B?
It was the best sleep ever. But on top of that, that cookie was in. When I tell you it was a cookie, Fig, I smelled everything. That was a great cookie on top. I was like, this cookie was nice. This was a good, solid cookie.
Let me tell you something, man. I was in LA. I forget. I was at the Comedy Store. And this chick was walking around, I got samples. I'm selling cookies. Son, she gave me a piece, like a little piece of cookie. And I bit into it. I was like, what? I was like, these are the nastiest chocolate chip cookies that I've ever had in my life. I'm like, this chick ain't gonna make no money. I was like, what is this? She was like, oh my God, you not from here. Those are edibles. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, no, those are edible cookies. I was like, oh, man. I was like, I don't want this. But by this time, I had took a little bite of it, man. I was like, oh, man. when this thing kick in, I'm not gonna be able to drive home, man. I'm slow walking, man.
Yo.
I had to hang around the club until that little buzz wore off so I could get back home, man.
You know what's crazy? Let me tell you something. My cousin who makes these, right? You know, because I'm not really and I'm glad I did get up on these because I'm not a pill popping dude, right? So you know how sometimes you may have a little insomnia or whatever and need to lay down and force your body to sleep in there, and people pop pills and ambiance and all them shits. I don't do that shit. But what I do know about this edible is, and the funny thing is, what makes it dangerous is that they are so delicious. Because she tells you, she said, I don't care how much weed you smoke in real life, don't eat more than half at a time, right? So I'm like, I don't smoke no weed, so you ain't gonna worry about me going over that half. I'm scared as fuck. Like, I'm like, you ain't gonna worry about that, right? So I'm like, I take the half a joint, and we just giggling, man. Matter of fact, it was one of those days we got driveway drinking in the yard. We giggling, and like shit is just super funny. And by the time it get dark and everybody leave, and I come upstairs and lay on my couch and watch TV, I'm just sitting there smiling and tingling and shit, right? And all I remember was waking up and being like, looking back at the couch, like not even thinking to give it credit to the edible. I'm just looking at my couch like, what is going on in the cushion that the last night was so lovely? Like, I was like, yo. And it wasn't until the second time I said, yo. And then Tina, our girl Tina, shout out to Tina and Rick. Tina tried it, and the same thing. But 2 days later, we go to the bar to drink, and she was like, yo. She's like, them shits is great. She was like, yo, that's the best sleep I had in my fucking life. And I was like, you too? I was like, yo, I thought it was the couch. She said, no, nigga, it's the edible. She said the joint knock you out. The hardest part, Vig, is because it's so delicious to stick to what you're supposed to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? The only sleep that you probably get like that is after your mom gave you one of them good old-fashioned ass whoopings, and that one put you to sleep, and when you wake up, you feel like you've been resurrected. You was like, yo, what was that?
He said resurrection.
You felt like you've been asleep for 3 days. Like, yo, I can't believe
it. But the love in the building last night again was so incredible, man. Like I was just impressed by how much everybody was just, like you said, the level was on 1,000. And then obviously, for those of y'all who also weren't in the building and don't notice, we had Chris Love on the ones and twos.
Yes,
Shout out to Chris Love.
Put it down. Like he just in rare form as usual, one of the best to ever do it. If you ever see his name on the flyer, go, because you're gonna dance and have a good time.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. First of all, everything I really can't. The only negative that I can say at the end of the night, because the night was perfect, both crowds, both shows, whatever. The only negative was, so at the end of the night, we're taking all those pictures and stuff, right? So end of the night, I said, all right, give me my phones. Nobody know what my phone is. Everybody's like, no, I gave you that. I said, no, where's my phone? So I lose the phone, right? We stay back. We're back there another 45, 50 minutes looking for this fucking phone. I'm tearing the place up. I'm looking. We can't figure it out. I'm like, yo. So all day today, this is how you know I had a good time. Because normally, if we lose our phone or somebody steal our phone, we're in a horrible mood all day because we got to get the phone, all that. I don't have the phone yet. I called the club. They called while we on here, so hopefully they found it. But I don't have my phone, and I was okay with that today. My only concern was these two shows. I hit Fig. I said, send me the link over here because I don't have my phone. And I had to do the same thing with this. Good thing that Prophet Pete sends it through an email. So emails on all my devices. So I pull up the email and I'm able to click into this show and share it and all that. But that's how you know it was so great. And that's why it was so motivating to me today, because I'm like, dude, any other given night, somebody steal your phone or you lose your phone, it's a wrap. That's all you remember about the night. Fuck that night. But this night was so perfect. I was like, at the end of the night, I guess all night you're looking for something to not go right. If you had to point out a thing that didn't go right to take a half a point away, so to speak, from being a perfect 10 of the evening, it was that we started a few minutes later than we wanted to.
Yo, man, you know what was weird for me? is the fact that I saw all the pictures afterwards and realized that I should have seen the second show.
You should have stayed. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have stayed for the second show.
Just because you just getting back out, you should have stayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like I said, the energy was just, when I say incredible, like I've seen a lot of celebrations when Will Trax got up there and he did his joint for T. The phones came out.
Yeah.
I like that was like movie, like literally everybody's phone was out filming or taking pictures or whatever. I mean, it was really, really an incredible night, man. I like I said, I was so glad that I made it, because I was trying to be on the surprise side, because everybody was like, man, you got to come, and I'm gonna see what I could do, because traveling and trying to get up there. But I did have a good time in this regard too. As I was going up there, it just brought back so many memories of back in the days, because there was a couple of clubs that used to be up in that area back in the days that I remember we used to hit I-95. We'd be like, son, we headed up to what's it called? Okay, that in Connecticut. 2 places, cats was on the I-95, hard body. Yo, son, we up there.
You had green jeans and white planes in the mall, the Galleria. You had Tipton's in Connecticut, Stanford. Tipton's was crazy.
Was crazy back in the day. You can look, if you made it to any of those 2 spots at any point, you had an official party. Jeff Red and I was laughing about that, because we were talking about, he said, yeah, Amir. He said, I remember them days. He said, you and your brother. I said, sir, you told us we was partying. We in the building. We don't care about none of that. We had the blue and black Camaries then. Malik had a blue one. I had a black one. We was like, son, let's go. Let's get it happening. Let's get it.
I'm super happy for Fig, because Fig was not playing with this virus, and he told me about 3-4 times I tried to get him out that house. Fig was like, T, go ahead with that shit.
You know why I should have stayed for the second show? I should have stayed for the second show just to look at Amir's jacket a little longer.
Yo, all of the pictures, I told my friend Annie, I said, all the pictures, Talent hates this jacket. He like, yo, what in the black magic is going on with that damn jacket, son?
Yo, Fig, that jacket got something to do with witchcraft, bro. I watch enough vampire movies to know, yo, this nigga was in Brooklyn, son, and I pulled my camera out to take some pictures. His jacket, you see, it's gray, right?
Yeah.
But it's a reflector. So when you take the picture, it's just a white jacket standing in a dark picture by itself. All the brothers are blacked out. You just see the jacket, and it's like white glowing like this. I said, yo, this dude's he's fucking with the shit, the EBGB shit.
It's that magical shit.
He bought that jacket in the middle of Haiti. I'm telling you. But no, here's the thing. The reason why I said, you know what, we got to do this birthday show and just do a recap of the evening, because it goes back to our point on Motivation Monday. How you go forward is how people say, how could you go somewhere and not know where you came from? So it's the same thing with friends and energy around you. And I felt that last night, because I came in the building, my energy wasn't great, because, obvious reason. I'm mad I'm in traffic. I'm mad I'm late. So my energy's on some, oh man, and when soon as I got to the front, before I even got into the main building, that front, part where the girls were working, my girl Jackie and other girl that, hey T, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. And I stopped. It made me stop. And I was like, oh, hell, what's up, y'all? And then the love started there. And then I wait for Amir and Tina to come in here. And then once I get inside, the people were such in a good vibe. Like it was almost like, we ain't worried. We know you're gonna make it. I'm the only worried one. So when I get in, my energy starts to change. And people need to notice, you have to be able to surround yourself with the right energy. Even with me handpicking the comics that I'm gonna allow to be a part of this and jump on stage, all that shit mattered last night. All that mattered when we talk about a lump of energy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It just all fucking mattered. Like, and it was, to me, it was like, if you joked, even off stage, like people understood and they got that. It wasn't, sometimes you tell a joke off stage, somebody, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah. Oh. It was none of that. Everybody was just on the same wavelength, and it was great. And it was like, an attestment to I do hang around the right people. I do know some of the good energy folks that are in this bad situation because we're still in COVID. You know what I mean? We're still uncertain out here in the world and don't know what's going to happen. But for the most part, you didn't get that vibe from anybody last night.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It
It
was
wasn't
dope,
oh, in case this is my last party type shit. It was like good to see people. That's why I say that on stage. I mean that shit. People need people. When you seen people fit, you ain't been nowhere. It's your first time. You can't tell me it's a whole bunch of feelings ain't shoot through your fucking body.
Yo, man, the atmosphere was nice, and first off, the ambiance of the club was beautiful.
Right.
The people that greeted me at the door, first class, you know what I mean? They just had to check, make sure I was on the show, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. That went by in a hot minute. Then you get inside, and everybody, even before the show started, man, the whole mingling, it was all love. It was grown folks, man. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? This wasn't no kiddie party with people around. You know, there was no ego. Nobody was trying to, one up nobody and stuff like that. The vibe was just real smooth, real cool. The wait staff was cool. I went to get me a $5 water because the water was $5, and the lady behind the bar was so nice. You know what I mean? I even gave her a $1 tip on my $5 water, man. You know what I mean? The vibe was just lovely. You know what I mean?
It was.
The atmosphere was dope. And then once the show started, your man knocked it out the park. You know what I mean? Hosting. I was like, this is lovely. Nobody bombed last night. Not one comedian.
Yeah, not one bad set.
Yo, man, when you're on a show like that, you expect one dude to go down in flames. One person to go down. Nobody went down in flames. Everybody did the damn thing, man. And then when you showed up, you know what I mean? You walked through the door. I saw you at the bar. You was chilling, relaxing. By the time you hit the stage, it was right. Yeah. It just the energy, the whole vibe of the night was just beautiful, man. And it's just nice, man. And when you got to go out after not being out for a long time,
right?
That was a nice beginning, man. You know what I mean? That was a nice beginning. I saw people. People, you understand what I'm saying? I saw people. Usually when I see people, they in a little box. You know what I mean? Little box of your phone. That's the people that I see. I saw real people in a real crowd, and I was like, wow.
You probably went home. You probably went home talking shit. Did you go back home to your wife talking shit? Your whole swag was up.
You know what I mean?
Your swag was up.
When I came back home, man, it was good, man. She could tell that I was in a good vibe, man, because she said, well, how was the show? How was your show? I was worried about my show.
Right.
She was, how did the show go? I was like, yo, the show was good. I was like, I can't believe it. Yeah, man. I was like, yo, my first time back. I was like, yo, I really did good. She was like, all right, that's good. That's good. And yo, I'm just vibing off of that, man, because that was, yeah, man, to be able to be around good people, a good vibe, good energy, celebrate my man's birthday. Amir was there, which was dope because, we do the show with Amir. He fills in with, yo, man, it just, the only bad part about it for me was I should have stayed for the second show.
Yeah. The pictures are amazing. The scene and everything. I mean, I just want to personally have you on here, first of all, to get some more of that good energy, convey it to the people from your POV. And I want to say thank you, brother, and I love you. I know you.
Man, I love you too, man. I appreciate you having me, and it was a good first show. You know what I mean? It was good to be in that atmosphere for my first one back. You know what I mean? And you know what? Look, I've never been to an event that talent threw that wasn't first class all the way, and it wasn't a good vibe. You never walked into an event that talent through and be like, yo, this is great. Yo, this is whack. It's never been that. It's always, I remember, I'm going to take you back. I remember you threw a birthday party. I think we were somewhere in the city, man. It was at a hotel or something like that. And Will Smith came through the spot.
Yeah.
I never forget that, man. It was like, yo.
It was Will, Ed Lover, and Jim Jackson, Amir. They were rolling together, and Ed had hit me. Was like, "Yo, you think still over?" I'm like, "Yeah." He ain't say shit, right? So I'm not thinking nothing. Now, mind you, he's right. This was a hotel ballroom on 57th Street. So, and it was dress code. You know what I mean? So I got a tux on. You know, God bless the dead. My mom's alive. I got the stage set up where my mom is sitting up there. Matter of fact, I had CP Lacey perform. I had the winner of the Apollo little girl perform. Rudy Rush is up there with me. I mean, it was crazy. And then they walk in like they ain't who they are. Like just walking through, like they just show up in a park. Like everybody was like, yo, I'm in there minding my business. I ain't know you know Will Smith. I said, I don't. Well, he here. I said, get the fuck out. And they turned the corner, and Ed was like, yo, it's my cousin Tampa. Will's like, yo, you're funny, nigga, blah, blah. And Jim Jack. And it's funny how people are fans of each other, right? Because
yes,
I know Ed. Ed's my cousin. I'm good enough that Ed made it. You know what I mean? Because Ed's the biggest thing on the radio at the time. I'm like, Ed showed up, nigga. I'm good, right? So Ed go, it's my cousin. So Will come in on some, yo, nigga, yo, you a funny dude, boom, boom, boom. And while I'm dapping him, because I like Will, you know, but I'm more a basketball fan. So while I'm dapping him, I'm looking at Jim Jones like, nigga. So everybody doing this shit. Everybody doing musical fan chants.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm like, yo. Like, yo, the shit was just hilarious.
Yo,
bro.
T, hold on. One last point. Who was the DJ?
Who was the DJ that night? Damn. Who was the DJ? Kid Capri?
Kid Capri.
Yep, Kid Capri.
Wow.
Yo, dude. I hated that dude, man. You know why? We could not get off the dance floor. When Kid Capri started spinning, we couldn't get off the dance floor. He'd be spinning hit after hit. You be wanting to get off, and every other song he put on, he'd be like, oh!
Yes, sir.
Then the next song, like, oh! Yo, it's crazy.
Y'all keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, again, man, like I said, last night was a absolute, barn burner. And, again, to Talent's point about love, and, y'all have heard me say this, especially on a Motivational Monday. I tell y'all, love is the highest vibration we can, be on, y'all. I get it. We talk haters and this and that and the third. Throw all that out the window. Stop even putting that in your vocabulary. What you need to find is people who help buoy you, help, continue to, raise up your ante, help you keep your level up, because in what we, currently are dealing with, and especially with, everything that's going on in the world, we're constantly being inundated and bombarded with all kind of, interesting concepts and ideas to tell us how jacked up life is. Right. So it is dope when you get the opportunity to see, like I said, I got a chance to see Fig. Me and him chopped it up, and I put some in Fig's ear, and I'll share it with y'all. I told him I haven't seen Fig since the Uptown Comedy Club days, and he can tell you how long ago that was. That's how long ago that gentleman. And we were, frequently at that venue, and so he knows me and remembers me from that. But between him and, like I said, some of the other people who, become a part of the IG family, especially since we started doing all those lives, like I said, Miss Drew, Sharonda was in the building. Sparkle 913 was in the building. This other young lady named the Geisha, she was in the building, and she came up to me. This is crazy, Fig. So I'm leaving, and this young lady comes up to me, and she goes, "I'm sorry, I just want to take a picture with you real quick." So I was like, okay. I was like, do we know each other? She said, "You may or may not remember me." She said, "But I'm the Geisha." She said, "When y'all do your When We Was White Wednesday," she said, "when I tell you, you be coming up with songs that have me stumped." And I was like, wow, because, there was something that we came up with, again, as a way to just allow people to kind of get through all of this stuff. The White Wednesday part just came in, effect because I was saying to Talent, I said, I remember when we just had U68. And I know a lot of, young people may not remember when the TV had two dials. It had the one on the bottom and then the one on the top, which had all the UHF channels. And I remember we only had U68, and this was long before Video Music Box and Friday Night Videos and all those other wonderful, channels. We used to just have U68. And U68 used to just play all white, white people videos. And we would just go off. Like you couldn't tell us nothing. You be in there, Madonna, you was Wham, you was Boy George, you was every one of those people. Like trying to do everything, that you saw them do. And then, eventually, we started having some formats where we got a chance to see us. And that changed the whole game for us, because we was like, oh shoot, there's people that look like us that do this too. And Run DMC, made their debut, and and various other artists, and then we started to just really get into that energy, and that was everything to us. But getting back to what I was saying, last night just was that on a million, because again, everybody just was complimenting each other. Talent came up to me, and this happened after the first show. I think you said the lady was 71, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. She was in her 70s.
78.
78.
Wow.
And Fig, she was partying like as if she was, our age or younger. She got up, she was getting her 1-2 on, and I was like, okay,
Dude,
man.
I cried.
Yeah.
A tear, like it just, that's what I mean. Like the energy and emotion was riding high last night, where the girl comes over, was like, hey, can you meet my sister? I got my family. They had that whole back corner. She was like, we all came to support you. But, and, she's talking, I'm hearing or whatever. And for some reason, when she said that, she's like, yeah, it's my family, man. We support, we go hard. And, look, our oldest one right here, 78. And I look at this lady, Fig. First of all, you're never going to guess she's 78. She looked that good, right?
Right.
But she is energy, just dancing to the music, and we sitting there talking. I'm staring at her, and I'm like, what? 78? She was like, yeah, that's my aunt, blah, blah, blah. And I'm staring at the lady, and she's like, what? I was like, waving. And a tear just came down, like, on some black love shit, like, look at us.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I mean? And that was a real, like he said, that was a real magic part of the night. I mean, from everything, we could look at so much stuff at, like you said, Chris Love. When you just look at Chris Love, that energy right there. When you look at, like you said, Fig, all the comics, it wasn't that normal. Sometimes us comics could be in a place and we got that thing about us, like, we either wishing somebody to do worse than them, or I want to do better than them, or that shit just, you didn't feel that in the air at all.
No competition.
No.
It was no competition in there, man. Everybody was there. You know what it is? When everybody, this is kind of funny, when everybody gets together for a common goal, or we there for a common purpose. Like we were there, it was just about in a celebration on your birthday. You know what I mean? And nobody was there to do better. Nobody was there trying to book another show. Nobody was there trying to one up each other and stuff like that. Everybody just wanted to do good. We wanted to entertain the crowd, and we wanted to have fun to celebrate your birthday. And that's what it was about. And that's why everybody had such a good time. Because when Black people get together and we show love, it is what it is, man. There's no better feeling than that, man. It just,
you know what
it
I
just
felt
is
like?
what it is.
You know what I felt like? I felt like, I think I got real emotional because at some given point, I felt like finally people get me. That's the energy I got. Like, because a lot of people, I feel like sometimes people don't get you. Like, they get what you do, and yeah, you're a nice guy, you funny, whatever, but they don't get me. Like, my thing is, I'm one of those guys, and it's funny how we use the analogy of quarterbacks and captains and point guards and all that, because that's exactly how I've been running my life and career in entertainment. It's like, I'm that guy that's always trying to do the big picture thing and help everyone and not just T, right? So I think over the years, you'll be in a lot of predicaments where people don't get that.
Right.
Either they're not paying attention or they just don't want to get it or whatever. And you get that feeling a lot, right? But that don't stop you. If you know that God, this is what God got you doing, you should call and you keep pushing through and persevering. So last night, for whatever reason, I felt like that room, both crowds, was filled with people who got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't one heated argument in this building. It's impossible.
No. It's funny to piggyback on what you just said. I think also what happened was, and we talk about this, again, obviously it's Motivational Monday, but we talk about synergy and energy. One of the things that you just brought up, the blessings that came last night were from exactly what you just described, which is your body of work. You have, for so long, been so kind to so many people in various settings. I've watched even, as I've been around you the last, few weeks, comedians come off. I see you maybe pull them to the side, give them a few nuggets or something to, help them. And you don't realize how much you're sowing into all of the beautiful people around you. And yesterday, what happened was everything bloomed. Everybody who you've, touched in some way, shape, or form through your, various, moments bloomed yesterday. So it was like walking through botanical gardens, and all the roses were in bloom, and all the tulips were in bloom, and all the beautiful flowers were in bloom. And to your point, nobody was outshining anybody. It was just, you just look at this array of beautiful flowers all over the place, like, wow. But they were all there in all fairness, just to celebrate you.
It
know
was
what I mean?
amazing, man. It was, and I've had, and Fig knows, my birthday parties, this will probably be the 27th or 28th year out of the 30 doing it. And, it's not like I do one party a year. I mean, it might be one for New York City, but I'm using up all 30 days of the goddamn month. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of parties to finally feel this energy. You know what I mean? Because people will come out because it's a party and whatever. It's a good party. It's going to be a good party. I'm going. Not that they give two fucks about you, but it's going to be a good party. They're looking for something to do. So a lot of times, you feel that. And that's cool because you got your people section off or y'all riding together or whatever. But this night, that whole building, I was like, yo, the energy was so on point. Like, I'm sitting there entertaining y'all. And I'm like, yo, Amir, you want another drink? What your girl drinking? Yo, everybody, come on, let's go. What we doing? Everybody, hey, ask your man over there about. So we're getting all these drinks and all this. Bill's a couple of $100 in the night. But guess what? When I go home with my birthday bags, guess what's in the bag? Liquor. shit got replenished. It evens itself out. That's what I mean by the balance of the fucking universe. It's crazy.
What was funny last night is that even the people that wasn't on the show or the comics that I didn't know before and stuff like that, it was just so much love in the room, is that people were speaking to each other that didn't even know each other. You know what I mean? It was just like complete strangers, and people would just say hello. I walked in, I was walking by. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is that it's not that you recognizing people because people got their mask on. You don't really know who they are. You know what I mean? People just speaking, nodding and stuff like that, whatever. And, I would like to think that it was just the energy and the love that was in the room and stuff like that. But something else that we got to add, a little piece that we may add to it, is that we came through a good portion of this pandemic. And I think people, it sort of changed some of the like people being like cynical about everything. And I think there's just like a general appreciation for life and the good things and the good people in life. And you just happy to be around good people and good vibes and to still see people, living a great quality of life, man. It was just, yesterday was just an amazing event, man. And, I'm looking forward to being able to do more.
And I gotta also shout out because, and it's funny because it's a 3-part day yesterday, right? And you guys were privy to the later 2 parts. But the first thing I did is I'm in Stress Factory with a 2:00 show, right? So over there, I got the live band. Shout out to Untouchable Band with Kev and them. They rock at the opening, and Tommy Too Smooth goes up, and then he got a guest comedian, and he brings me up, and then I got 3 ladies that tore that damn stage down, and they all were moms. That was amazing. Like Sarah Contreras, Chocolate Shy, who was there with us last night, the second show. She did that show, and my girl Dark Child out of Philly. All of them moms, all of them multiple kids and everything. But when I tell you the energy in there it set the tone for where I was heading. You know what I mean? Thank you to Power, the super promoter. Thank you to Vinny, the Stress Factory, Derek and them over there. Had me the birthday cake. So that's cake number 1, right? Then we overlooked cake number 2. You know what I mean? Actually, cake number 3, because when I was in Florida, my brother bought he ordered the banana pudding cake. Have you ever had?
Oh my God.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Bro. Cancel Christmas. Amir, you obviously never had it yet.
Never had it.
Banana pudding cake, bro.
Okay. Off the chain.
Every time you have a slice, you change the religion. You go in Baptist, you have a slice, you Muslim. You have a second slice, you Hindu it. You're into Hinduism. By 5 slices, you done made your way back to Protestant.
Oh man.
Man.
But Fig, all jokes aside, man, thank you so much, brother.
Yes, brother.
I love you, man. Thank you. And thanks for all this time you gave us today, too.
Yes, sir. Yo, man, let me know about Thursday, man. I'm gonna see what I can
come on.
do,
I'll
man.
text it to you when I hang up.
Okay.
All right, that's my man Fig Man, ladies and gentlemen.
So Fig.
Fig Man,
Yeah.
at only 1 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday. We got the box seats. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. That's what it is, man. All right, so yeah, Amir. I mean, and that's what this hour was about, man. It's just like we recognizing the love, we're showing the love, and more importantly, we're marketing and promoting more love. Like he's right. You should have changed something somehow, some way inside of yourself with what's going on. This should have done something to you. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. I mean, again, this was another one of those, moments. Like I said, shout out again to all of our IG family, who was in the building. It was, first of all, I appear to be on a world tour because every venue that I go to now with talent, some new IG family member shows up. So at some point, when we, finally really do open everything up and we all get a chance to really be in and around each other, it's going to be absolutely incredible because between our Motivational Monday and between our race debaters on Friday, as I tell you guys, I do this and I'm really charged because of you guys. Y'all help me in so many ways. You guys have no idea, just, through the comments, through, like I said, meeting you guys in person and just having the opportunity to, get on here every week and keep the energy going. Y'all are just as much a part of all of, that we're doing as Talent and myself are, maybe even more so because you guys are always giving us ideas. You guys are always, bringing certain things to the table that allow us to then, take it to the next level or try to take it to the next level when we discuss it. But this Motivational Monday was about this giant right here. And as y'all heard me say a minute ago, he has continued to spread the love to each and every one of us in various ways. We could all get on here probably and tell, story after amazing story of, moments when this guy has, been that guy. When y'all first met me, I told y'all, me and this dude, LA was home sweet home. He could tell you. We was we was in LA acting a fool all day, every day. And that was, usually the birthday situation set up. And from that moment on, we've just continued to, fester and, and grow this relationship and grow this friendship, brotherhood. And as I tell you all the time, I'm thankful this man because he pulled me out of my shell. He can tell you these are conversations that we would just have off air. Something in him clicked. Right. He said, you know what? I got to bring this dude on air because if he can do this with me, I can only imagine what he can do with everybody else. And like I said, I'm so thankful for that because it's helped me come out of my shell in so many ways and, just allowed me again to share with you guys. And I love you guys for that. I'm thankful, I'm mindful, I'm humbled and all of those things. So, I can't.
Listen, bro, I'm thank you for being in the building, first of all. Again, you're part of that energy I'm talking about. Like, it's such an energy. Like, I really was bugging this morning that I was feeling great. The only thing that was pissing me off in the morning was, and thank God for my faith, because my faith has, over the years, have gotten so crazy strong. Because, like I said, I would have been going crazy knowing that my phone, with everything that I need in it, I don't have it. It's not that they could use it because it's locked, obviously, but I need it. Like, so I got up and I wanted to treat myself to a diner breakfast, a birthday breakfast, go get me some, sit down, coffee, take my time instead of eating like I normally do on the run and whatever. And guess what? First thing I noticed is like, I can't get an Uber. Like I usually take my Uber over there. I'm like, okay, I can't do that. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to walk to do my regular, get my sandwich and my coffee down the block. And so I go outside and I'm walking, like 5 minutes into the walk, I'm like, I feel great though. I said, I should be hungover or I said, I feel great. I don't feel sluggish. Like, sometimes you wake up, you got to hydrate, or I need to hydrate or whatever, like, or I got to pee. Or, like, not all of that was out the window. And I'm just like, and I just start smiling for no reason, like walking and smiling, like, you know what I mean? And here's the thing. So I go to the bodega. I don't know what the hell was on my man's mind this morning. He was off, right? I probably go bring him the money back tomorrow morning. So I think my egg sandwich, coffee, what did I get? Like a butter roll or some shit. Probably came to about, let's say $7-8, right? So I hands him 20. This man gave me change back from 100.
Wow.
And I didn't even know till I get home. Like, because I'm seeing him count it, but I'm not looking. I'm half asleep, so I'm not really looking at the bills. So
Yeah.
I'm stingles or whatever. So when he hands him, put stuff it in the pocket, got the dog. We walking back up the hill. When I finally go in there and take out the pocket, I'm like, what did I get? I didn't even have a lot of money. I had like $30. I was like, this motherfucker gave me change back for 100. I said, oh.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying about the synergy and energy, and that's what I mean. Sometimes, sports athletes call it being in the zone.
Right.
Those of us who are, regular folk, we call it, that magic or whatever. But that's what's going on. You like you said, from yesterday into today, you were in that zone. That love was carrying and was, that vibration was so high that it still was reverberating with you today, to the point that still blessings are
Yeah,
coming.
still carried over. I think it got a lot to do with Saturday. Was that Saturday? I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I was in the show I had Saturday in Maryland at Sully's Comedy Club. Yo, first of all, shout out to Cleon, the comedian, for having me out there. But I mean, that show, dude, when you talk about fire, like, it's certain things that I do that if people catch fire with me on that, I know what it's going to be like. You know what I mean? So I go, and she said, "Where's it? Bernadette is stupid with a bodega look." So I go, that show was like a perfect show, to the point where, that night in an hour or so, I'm gonna be bringing in the actual midnight birthday, right? So I go upstairs where they got the bar, and my boy from DC and all them come upstairs, and we just start drinking so we're sitting there for the next 2 hours drinking, and Cleon comes up and the comedians come up, but the energy was so dope that as soon as I got up the next morning, I had to head to the stress. I took that energy with me. Boom, that was dope. And then, like I said, that show was so dope. Leaving there, coming there, it was just carryover energy, like you said. So synergy, energy, whatever you call it, you're absolutely right. We was in the zone, and hopefully the rest of the week is like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna do the cake thing Thursday, man. So if you can
Okay.
make it,
All
let me
right.
know.
Good. Give me the address. I'll figure it out.
I'm motivating you right now.
Yes, sir. Let's make
Ladies
it do
and
what we
gentlemen,
do.
Tauruses of all nations, it is Taurus season. Horns up. I just want to say in closing, thank you guys for all the birthday love that's been coming already, and we're just getting started. And like Amir said, he said the most important thing: we can't do none of this without you guys. So we thank you. We hope that you heard us today. Hope that you laughed, but in between the laughs, we hope you heard us. And all this magnificence that happened, from the 78-year-old black woman that looked 50, dancing her heart out,
Yes.
to Chris Love, to all my good friends and colleagues in the game, to my family who was super deep yesterday.
Yes.
Between the two shows, I had to have about 60 family members.
And like you said, everybody when I say it was love in the building, it was just love in the building. It was no anybody side-eyeing, none of that. Everybody was just happy and excited. It was a beautiful, beautiful situation. As I always share with y'all know this is my close on the Race Debaters, but this is also now going to be my close here. As I tell everybody, it is nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. Y'all take that into your week. You keep that in your energy. You let that resonate with the people around you, and trust me, you'll be blessed in more ways that you can ever imagine. I love you. Salute to everyone.
Peace, King.
Peace.